Yo, what's up guys and welcome back to Chefchaouen, Morocco. I'm here and it's actually my last day here in Morocco now. I'm going to be going to Italy, I'm going to be in Rome for 4 days, and then I'm going to be spending next month in Croatia. But before I do that, I wanted to check back in and tell you guys how much I've been spending here in Chefchaouen and Morocco in general. Just give you a general idea of what the cost of living is like here, just in case you wanted to, for whatever reason, come to Morocco. And so just so you know, Morocco is a great place. I was here for the last 2 months. I got to experience Ramadan, which was really great to experience Ramadan here in Muslim culture. That's something I'll probably talk about in another video. But anyways, cost of living here in Morocco. And so in a nutshell, guys, if you do come here, you're not going to spend anything more than 1,000 a month. And that's especially if you are somebody who doesn't need to have all the nice luxuries and you're just trying to eat, sleep, and drink water, right? And so if you're one of those people, you could be more so like me and expect to pay really upwards of $600 a month, okay? So comparatively, it's not as cheap as South America. As I told you guys, living for $500 a month in South America is very livable, but it's going to be at least about $600 a month here in Morocco. Okay, and so specifically, I lived in 2 cities here in Morocco. I lived in Marrakesh, and just to give you an example of what exactly I paid, when I was in Marrakesh, I paid $183 for a month. At that time, that was for my living. I was living at a hostel. It's just something I kind of wanted to do when I got to Morocco. I was looking on Airbnb to try and find a private apartment, but I couldn't find a private apartment for anything less than $250 a month. So the way that I saw it is, well, I don't want to live here for really long term. I just want to be here for like a month or two. And so I went ahead and just booked a hostel for $183 a month in Marrakesh when I was there. Okay, and if I were eating food, typically when I was living at the hostel, I would always be eating out because yes, I did have a kitchen, but I really just got used to going out and eating out every single day. And so typically if I were eating out, I could go to the nicest restaurant or one of the nicest restaurants in Marrakesh, and the maximum that I would pay would be $6 for that full meal. So typically, if I were getting a snack, I could get, for example, a sandwich and fries, and that would cost $2.50. But if I wanted a full meal, anywhere between $4 to $6 is a good average, or 40 to 60 dirham. And so that's for food and living. And so once again, that'd be Marrakesh. And so cost of living, apartment wise, probably if you're going to book on Airbnb, it'll be about $250. Or you could be like me, stay at a hostel, it'll be about $183. Okay? And then one thing that is really nice about Morocco that may not necessarily be widely known, is that they have very good drinking tap water here. When I first got here, it was kind of an experiment I did because I had lived in Peru and Colombia and experienced some of the worst drinking tap water, and I drank it and I never got sick. And I did some research, and there are some people saying that you should only be buying bottled water, which you can. You can get a 5-liter bottle of water for $1 or 10 dirhams. But in my experience, you can drink the tap water here in Morocco, and it's very pure, very fresh. Okay, so that being said, you probably, unless you want the bottled water, you really don't need to spend money on water. So $4 to $6 per meal in Marrakesh, $183 to $250 for your cost of living. Okay, so that brings me to where I am now, here in Chefchaouen. Okay, I didn't actually want to book an apartment here. I was thinking that I might either just stay at a hostel or do what I'm doing now and just jump from hotel to hotel. And so I've stayed at 2 different hotels here in Chefchaouen. I've been here for a month now, and the first hotel that I went to, I was spending $6 or 60 dirham per night. And so what that came with is it came with a bed. And then I didn't have a private bathroom. I had to share the bathroom with other people in the odor, but that was not a big deal. And then the second hotel, the one that I'm staying at now, with this really awesome view. You know, I know you have to stare at my beard that I haven't shaved and my hair that I haven't actually cut since I was living in Medellin, but the view behind me is very incredible, very awesome. Chefchaouen is a very beautiful city. And so, as I said, I spent $6 a night at one hotel and then $8 a night at another hotel. And so I spent about 14 days at each. I've been here for about a month. And then I was searching outside to look for other hotels. And I kind of discovered that this is a pretty popular tourist town. So there's only about 42,000 people who live here in Chefchaouen normally any time of the year. But during the summertime, like right now, a lot of tourists like to come in from places like Europe and really anywhere in the world. I've met people from Korea, I've met people from Australia, met people from China, met people from South America. I haven't actually, well, I met a couple people from America when I was living in Marrakesh. But that's one thing that's pretty cool about Morocco is you really meet people from all over the world here. But anyways, getting off on a tangent here, cost of living here in Chefchaouen, I spent, in my personal experience here, I spent $194 a month this month on hotels, and that's just been my hotel fees. And then tomorrow I'm taking a bus over to Rabat, flying over to Rome. And so that, if you calculate travel costs, I really only traveled from when I first got to Morocco. Travel costs you could get around the whole country. So say for example, if you wanted to go to Tangier to Marrakesh, it's only going to cost you about $20. Okay, so it's really cheap traveling around the country. And so if you calculate traveling into your expenses that you should expect to pay in Morocco, you really don't need to leave that much space for your traveling budget because it's really affordable to travel around here in Morocco. Okay, and so food-wise here in Chefchaouen, it's a little bit cheaper than the bigger cities here in Morocco. Typically, I'll spend $3 to $5 a meal, but if I wanted to, obviously I could find a really nice restaurant. For example, I was walking around the other day and I saw a Chinese restaurant. I was like, whoa, I have not seen Chinese food since I was living in South America. So I walked in, checked it out, and they didn't have anything less than $10 an entree. So I thought that was kind of strange because I hadn't actually seen that since I was in America, really. A lot of restaurants here in Africa and in South America are really affordable, really cheap. And so that's not really all the case here in Morocco, but if you're like me and you're just wanting some pretty good food, you shouldn't expect to pay anything more than $3 to $5 a meal here in Chefchaouen. And the same thing, as far as water is concerned, you don't really need to worry about buying bottled water unless you really want to. Personally, I've been buying it and not buying it at the same time because the tap water is really fresh and it's not going to make you sick. You're not going to be throwing up or having diarrhea or anything like that, okay? But altogether, if you calculate traveling, as I said, going across the whole country of Morocco, you shouldn't pay anything more than $30 to get from one side of the country to the other side of the country, okay? And everything in between, going from a city in the interior to another city in the interior, very affordable, less than $20, if not like a third of that cost, like $7. Okay, for example, I'm going from Chefchaouen to Rabat tomorrow, and I paid 80 dirham or $8 for that bus ride over. So very affordable traveling. Okay, living expenses, apartments, hotels. You shouldn't expect to pay anything more than $300 a month. Okay, if you're paying anything more than $300 a month on an apartment or hotel or anything like that, you're getting ripped off here in Morocco, okay? Because you can really get a much better deal, okay? Unless you're one of those people who wants to have like all the nice terraces and the gold tapestries and whatever other luxuries they have here in Morocco, because there are some people who have really nice homes, but you shouldn't expect to pay anything more than $300 a month if you're just a traveler, just there for a little bit, okay? And then food. If you're eating twice a day, $4 to $6 a meal in the bigger cities, $3 to $5 here in Chefchaouen. Okay, and so in a nutshell, in my experience, the cost of living here in Morocco is about $600 even per month. Okay, if you want to have a little bit more fun, add up your budget to about $1,000 per month. Okay, but that's the cost of living here in Chefchaouen. And this may or may not be my last video here in Morocco. I do want to tell you guys more about my experience with Ramadan, so I want to do that in the future at some point. But that's my cost of living here in Morocco. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.